Now, there was this PAC committee this week, and it went into private. I did an interview with Chris Robert Shaw. You got grilled quite. Well, I think it was quite. Yeah, it was a robust discussion.
It was a good hearing.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking what you got in Tynwald. You know, the House Keys, from the people who were asking questions after the Chief Minister had given his update. I'm intrigued, and I think the audience are very intrigued why this was held in private. And just remind us who
I can't actually discuss that.
Who's it with?
As to why...
just one person?
So I believe it was the medical director of DHSC. After receiving advice, the committee decided to hold the hearing in private, and that's all the information I can give.
Come on. This is just not acceptable for people to know that something like this, so important, has been shelved. Is it illegal?
Hang on.
It's not shelved. Is the wrong word.
It's not been shelved.
No, but it's been put away from the public eye. That's probably what I'm trying to say. What was done? Who caused the trigger to move it from public to private?
So the committee received advice, and as a result, they decided to take the hearing in private.
Legal advice.
So they received advice.
It's got to be legal advice, hasn't it? Why can't you say that?
I can't speculate on things like that, Paul.
You know exactly what's going on.
I can't speculate on things like that in public, and you know I can't.
I know, but it's my job to ask.
So it is your job to ask, and you're very good at asking. And certainly, as they say, God loves a trier, and you certainly do try. But all I can state is that there was advice given to the committee, and as a result, the committee confirmed that the session would be in private.
Dr. Rosalind Ranson, right? She's still employed with here in the
Yes, she's medical director with DHSC.
This is the lady who appeared in all the press conferences at the beginning, and giving adequate and very interesting information, and then disappeared. I mean, she just didn't appear anymore at the press conferences, did she?
I think that's a bit unfair, Paul. You may as well say the head of microbiology, or the microbiology consultant who appeared at some of the early days press conferences, has disappeared.
I think there's more to it.
You may as well say the chief constable disappeared.
I think there's more. Well, he didn't want to do it anymore. He got fed up with it, I think. I'm intrigued. Why did she not appear anymore? Whose decision was that? This cannot be under.
Well, she did appear. Hang on. She did appear. She went to the committee.
Only about March.
The hearing was actually held in private.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about in front of the public. You know, when we had the press conferences, she appeared, then she disappeared. In that sense, you had her early on in the press conferences.
Because the main response, but when we were talking about specific topics that related to the medical director's role, in exactly the same way we brought Rizwan Khan in the same way we actually brought in people in DFE. We brought people who were in DEFRA, I think, as well.
Was she not
we brought
stopped
in the chief
from going?
constable.
Let's try that.
No.
I'm going from I have to now go.
In a phrase, no.
Right. I'm going down into the grey area, the Wild West.
It sounds like you're trying to find conspiracy theories where there isn't.
Well, I'm going now on stuff that's appeared on social media now, because that's the only place I can go. And we always want to clear these things up.
Yeah. Well,
has she been gagged?
No, she hasn't been gagged she has not been gagged from appearing at press conferences.
Right.
In any way, shape, or form.
And she's still employed, but there's an issue, is there not?
The medical director.
A whistleblower's issue is that involved? Can we say that?
Well, I can't discuss internal processes or anything. I've got to say, in terms of whistleblowing, I'm not necessarily aware of a whistleblowing issue.
Okay.
Of what I would term a whistleblowing issue.
Okay, I see. I'm now stuck because I know there's something going on. You know there's something going on, but we can't talk about it. And this information that was given to PAC, will that be in the public domain at some point in the future once it's redacted?
It would remain private for the committee, a private hearing.
What could be
the committee ultimately, to be fair though, the committee does have control over what they release publicly, but they would need to seek advice on that.
Because this doctor, I'm pretty sure, was going down the lines of we should have shut down 2 weeks earlier. And we were totally driven by UK sort of protocol. What they were doing, we were going to do. And nothing was...
The one thing I'll make absolutely clear this is not an attempt to gag in any way.
Did she not recommend an earlier shutdown, though?
From my memory, yes.
And with hindsight, of course, that would have actually been the thing to have done. Because we would have probably.
But I don't think we've ever hidden away from that there were some people recommending an earlier shutdown. There were some people not recommending an earlier shutdown.
But we follow slavishly.
We've always said
the UK protocol.
We've always said we follow advice. We have to assess that advice, as the Chief Minister has said, and ultimately Council of Ministers has to come to a decision. We constantly receive multiple different forms of advice. Not all advice is unanimous, as you would expect. There are people who have different views on different things, and then all that views have to be given to council of ministers, and we have to make a decision off the back of it.
Okay, I might be putting 2 and 2 together again, 5 here, but I
think you're getting about 17 at the moment.
Okay, well, time will tell, won't it? Time will tell. But you've got to give me, at least you're answering the questions, and whatever you say here today, you're saying it with good faith, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, people have got to realise, as minister, I am personally as well limited in what I'm allowed to say on certain issues.
But there are lawyers involved. Let's try that one. There's legal potential.
Well,
legal.
I can't
say that.
I can't comment. I can't confirm or deny in that regard.
But why can't you? Because it is
that is the way things are. I can't legally.
Do you see how this worries people probably watching this? That you, of all people, who normally would tell me anything.
Yeah, and like I say,
you're gagged.
But as minister, I have certain things I can say in public, and there's certain things I can't.
So you're gagged.
Well, there's
I know it's a strong word. I know it's emotive.
Gagged is a very emotive word.
I know, but that's.
And I don't think anyone can ever accuse me of being gagged. I mean,
no, but let's try. You're being.
Like I say,
there
are certain things I can discuss at certain times, and at the moment, all I can say is the committee did still hear evidence from Dr. Ranson.
Yeah.
They heard it in private. Because of advice received to the committee, and the committee made the decision to hold the hearing in private, which I think, under the circumstances, was appropriate. That is what I can say at the moment.
Okay.